Hi and welcome to another booktube video from me, Lauren, from Lauren and the Books. I hope you're all having a lovely day on this sunny Thursday in August. Probably the first sunny Thursday we've had in a long, long time. 25 degrees, classic check-in at the top of the video. 25 degrees today. I don't mind it being 25 degrees, but no, I don't want any more. I'm happy with it being 25. I must say I've had a very fortunate summer from my point of view. I'm not a lover of hot weather, so this has been a lovely fake autumn I've been having. So today's video, it is a book and a library haul. So I thought I'd do a little check-in. I haven't got enough books to do a book haul. Oh, I've just remembered one more I've got. 1 minute. I haven't got enough books to do a book haul and not enough library books to do a library haul, but merge them together and what do they make? A book and library haul. But I've just remembered one more book I've got that's on my bedside table, so 2 minutes. Let's start with this then, shall we? So this is Murdle by G.T. Carver. It's a book I bought myself to sort of involve in this month's Augusta Christie, which is a scheme that I've invented myself where I'm reading Agatha Christie books and books relating to Agatha Christie in the month of August. Augusta Christie. And yeah, I'd seen this, well, where I get a lot of my recommendations on the Quick Book Reviews Instagram page. Philippa put a picture saying that she had been sent this and I was like, that sounds amazing. So it's called Murdle. I imagine a play on the word Wordle. Is that what that is about? There's 3 of these books now and they're logic poems, puzzles. My God. I used to love logic puzzles when I was younger. You know these guys where they're like, oh, the person with green eyes wasn't holding the handkerchief. You go through and you say, oh, person with green eyes, that's this person. They weren't holding the handkerchief. No, 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 that's not that. The person with blonde hair did have a bowl of cereal with them. Oh, yep, so they were the cereal. So I've been working through this. I've done 8 of them. I tend to do them just as I'm going to bed while David's doing his Sudoku and I do this. Having a lovely time with that. This will be featuring more heavily in tomorrow's reading vlog, which is going to be another Agatha Christie reading vlog. And I'm going to be doing a few more of those. So that's the first book. Then let's go with the other book that I bought. I've also bought, we're slowly, just slowly drip feeding in the Christmas books, guys, because Christmas will be here before we know it. And I need to have my TBR got before Christmas. Now with Christmas books I tend to get a lot of the books that I read at Christmas out through the library, but this one wasn't available at either of the libraries I'm a member of, so I bought it, and that's A Merry Little Meet Cute by Julia Murphy and Sierra Simone. Now I have wanted this for a long time. When Mercedes and I met up earlier this year, I can't remember what month it was, but it was, I believe, February or March. I saw this in Forbidden Planet and I was like, I would like that. It was also a signed version, but I didn't get the signed version. They don't got any of them anymore. And I've said to myself, I will get that at some point for Christmas. But even February and March felt like a little bit too early to be buying a Christmas book for myself. So A Merry Little Meet Cute. There's actually, I think this is going to be a series, and I think there's a second in the series now. I mean, look at it. Welcome to Christmas Notch in Vermont. Look at that lovely, dreamy little Kringles. There's a place called Kringles. All the places are called like Chestnut Close, Tinsel Lane, Sugar Plum Avenue. I mean, adorable. Holly Grove. The Dirty Snowball is the bar. Anyway, this is when B. Hobbs takes the lead in a squeaky clean romantic Christmas movie. There are only 3 rules. Don't get involved with anyone on set. Don't tell anyone what you do for a living, and definitely don't get involved with anyone on set. Seriously. So now she's filming in Christmas Notch, a small town with Christmas trees and festive tunes all year round. But Bee's got an identity to hide and it's not family friendly. And her co-star Nolan Shaw, an ex-boy band member infamous for his own X-rated antics, not only knows it but is secretly her biggest fan. When things start to heat up on set, Bee and Nolan must keep this steamy affair under wraps or risk ruining everything. I think it sounds fun, and I like the fact that the little drawing of Bee here, she seems to be of the larger persuasion, which is always a joy for me to read about in books. And yeah, there we go, Christmas books. Merry Christmas. And then I've got ones that have been sent to me by the publisher. So this is Pet by Catherine Chidgey. I read Remote Sympathy by Catherine Chidgey last year. Was it longlisted for the Women's Prize? It's a big old chunky number from published again by Europa, and I really enjoyed it. It didn't get did it get shortlisted? I don't think it did. But when I heard about this, which sounds completely different to what Remote Sympathy was like, I contacted Europa and asked if they'd send me a copy for read and review, and they kindly did. Also, this front cover has got a pen in it which has a cruise ship in it, and you know I can't stop thinking about cruising because of mine and David's honeymoon. Let me read you the blurb. So, like every other girl in her class, 12-year-old Justine is drawn to her glamorous, charismatic new teacher and longs to be her pet. However, when a thief begins to target the school, Justine's sense that something isn't quite right grows ever stronger. With each twist of the plot, this gripping story of deception and the corrosive power of guilt takes a yet darker turn. Young as she is, Justine must decide where her loyalties lie. Set in New Zealand in 1984 and 2014 and probing themes of racism, misogyny and the oppressive reaches of Catholicism, Pet is a dazzling and chilling psychological thriller by the author of Remote Sympathy. I think it sounds bloody brilliant. David's picking my TBR next month, but I wonder if I can manipulate him into picking this. How can I make that spine look attractive to him? I suppose I could put it out front facing and he'll see that and think, oh yeah, I want that. I don't know, we'll see. Watch the TBR when it comes out and see if I've managed to manage it. And then the last two are, these are very, very cute. So this is a new range of books which have been published by Red Door, and I've been sent 2 of them. There's actually 3. So I've been sent Amazing Bodies, these are called Little Experts. I've been sent Amazing Bodies by Dr. Ronks and Why Money Matters by Deborah Meaden, and there's also Marvellous Vehicles by James May. And yeah, they just look really fun. So they are illustrated by Ashton, different illustrators. Oh, they look so similar. Ashton illustrates the Amazing Bodies ones by Dr. Ronks, and Heyo Heyo illustrates the Why Money Matters one to Deborah Meaden. And they're just little board books aimed at younger readers to explain more serious issues like money matters and Amazing Bodies and more serious issues, more grown-up issues. And I used to love books like this when I was younger, sort of like well-illustrated reference books. And I think I'm gonna earn a lot about this, because I'm gonna learn a lot. Maybe not Amazing Bodies, I feel like well, I mean, who knows? But with things like Why Money Matters, like, there's still stuff about the economy that I do not understand. So I'm looking forward to reading this and finding out sort of like the history of money and what happens there, how to make your money grow, earning money, needs versus wants, money plans, and it's also got a glossary in the back with lots of different things in. And then the Amazing Bodies targets things such as brilliant bones. God, I would have loved this when I was younger. Twist and turn vertebrae, the strong skull, wee wee. It's a whole double page on wee wee, and how we breathe. And yeah, I think they're gonna be really fun. I'm gonna read them, and then they will appear on my my niece has a little tiny cube. We've got one of those IKEA Kallax units, and one of those squares belongs to her, and it's filled mainly with books because that's what she has to entertain herself with. But we've got a few little soft toys, some colouring, and a little tiny bit of Lego. But these will be, once I've read them, will be going onto there. And even if she's, I mean, she's probably a bit young for them now, but if she's anything like I was when I was younger, and we're from the same gene pool, so she may well be, she'll really love these. So yeah, great. I think they look really fun. Really, really fun. So that's the books. Then we've got library books. So the first one is a cookbook. Big fan of getting out cookbooks from the library guys, because they are expensive, and sometimes if you're buying a book wondering, am I going to cook anything from it, it's nice to sort of test drive it out from the library first, because no cost, and you can, like, if you don't make anything from it when you've got it out, then you know it's not the book for you. So I've got Perfect Plates by John Waite. This is Perfect Plates in 5 ingredients. John Waite is the winner of Bake Off from many, many years ago. I've got, I think, like as far back as when I was at university. I remember me and my friend Dolores watching John on Bake Off, I'm sure. And he was recently on Strictly Come Dancing in a couple with Johannes, who I love. And this is an older book of his, I think. He's got quite a few out. I mean, this looks as though it's from 2016, but it's had a bit of a, I think it's been packaged because he's had a bit of a resurgence. And yeah, this is 5 ingredients and how to make different meals with 5 ingredients. One thing I'm deeply interested in is this sweet potato gruyere and pecan gratin, but it's in very good chapters and less ingredients, yes please. So we've got morning plates, hearty plates, everyday plates, worth the wait plates, posh plates, many plates, and sweet plates. Something I do enjoy doing is doing sort of like many plates of lots of different things. And I'm actually going to make this pickled cucumber with nigella seeds and goat's cheese for this weekend. We've got a barbecue this weekend, so I'm going to do that. But yeah, lots in here. Not everything I can eat, I'm vegetarian, so there is some meaty stuff in there as well. And he actually, I mean, that recipe I showed you at the beginning, he actually says in there that he is a big meat eater. So that's probably why there's not all that much in there. There's also very exciting things like, oh God, I love soup so much. Curried Romanesque and tamarind soup. Yeah, lots of bits, not loads. Hummus, pepper and dolce latte flatbread pizza, that looks nice. But yeah, I will feed back on whether or not I make anything out of here. And then we've got some Agatha Christie stuff, because we're still in the middle of Agatha Christie, Augusta Christie, and that's the ABC Murders, another Poirot book. So, so far in my Agatha Christie month, I have only read one Agatha Christie book. Other books I've read lots of. I'm reading an Agatha Christie autobiography, for instance. There's lots of other Agatha Christie stuff going on, some stories rewritten by other authors about Miss Marple. But once I've finished The Murder of Roger Ackroyd, which is what I'm listening to now, I would like to go straight on to another Agatha Christie book. And I've been very much enjoying being sort of like in Poirot's world. So I've picked this one up from the library, which is the ABC Murders, which features Poirot, which features Poirot. And then there is a TV series of this that I would like to potentially go into. And I really thought this front cover was really fun. It just looks very sort of like classic, retro, let's say. Then a few more books out from the library. I think I got this one out for Agatha Christie, as sometimes I put a lot of like reservations on. So I'm going to read out the blurb. A serial killer is burning people alive in the Lake District's prehistoric stone circles. He leaves no clues and the police are helpless. When his name is found carved into the charred remains of the third victim, this sounds awful, disgraced detective Washington Poe is brought back from suspension and into an investigation he wants no part of. Reluctantly partnered with the brilliant but socially awkward civilian analyst Tilly Bradshaw, the mismatched pair uncover a trail that only Poe is meant to see. The elusive killer has a plan and for some reason Poe is part of it. There we go. It says the most gripping thriller you'll read this year. Let's see. Blurbed by Martina Cole, who writes a series of sort of like gritty and gungy thrillers. The Puppet Show by M.W. Craven. And then I've got Incomparable World by S.I. Martin. This recently featured on someone's Best Books of the Year. Was it Lena's? I think it might be. In the years just after the American Revolution, London was the unlikely refuge for thousands of black Americans who fought for liberty on the side of the British. Buckram, Georgie and William have earned their freedom and escaped their American oppressors, but on the streets of London, poverty awaits and with equal cruelty. Ruthless, chaotic and endlessly evolving, London forces them into a life of crime and a life on the margins. Their only hope for a better future is to concoct a scheme so daring it will be a miracle if it pays off. Bursting with energy and vivid detail, Incomparable World boldly uncovers a long-buried narrative of Black Britain. So yeah, sounds great. Very, very good. And then lastly, I'm quite excited about this one actually. If you've been watching my Friday reading vlogs, you'll know that I'm working my way through a book of reading challenges, something that I featured in my Christmas gift guide last year. And one of those challenges that I haven't yet completed, and I've been looking to complete it, is read a book from a genre that I haven't read before. Now, I'm hard pressed to find a genre I haven't read before, but I asked you guys what genres you think you haven't seen me read much of, and a lot of people said horror, and I was like, you're right, I haven't read all that much horror, and if I have read horror, it's been sort of like Stephen King type horror. So I asked people for recommendations of horror books as well once I selected horror, and a few people said this, and it just sounded so interesting that I thought I simply must get it out from the library and give it a go. And it's Horrorstor, a novel by Grady Hendrix, and it looks like an IKEA catalogue, and Horrorstor is spelt like an IKEA product might be. And on this front cover here, it's got some sort of creepy photos in photo frames, and it looks otherwise like an IKEA catalogue. And then on the back, it's got the same sort of scene, but with writing on the wall and hands trying to get out and things like this. It's a US publication, I think. It sounds really it just looked so like so different to anything I've seen. It looks so much like an IKEA catalogue, and like the way it's set out and stuff. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting into it, as like, because I'm a bit frightened of reading something that's horror as well, because I'm a bit of a scaredy cat, but I thought this looked so different. So it says, something strange is happening at the Orsk Furniture Superstore in Cleveland, Ohio. Every morning, employees arrive to find broken carriage bookshelves, scattered Glan's water goblets, and smashed Liripip wardrobes. Sales are down, security cameras reveal nothing, and store managers are panicking. To unravel the mystery, 3 employees volunteered to work a 9-hour dusk till dawn shift. In the dead of the night, they'll patrol the empty showroom floor, investigate strange sights and sounds, and encounter horrors that defy the imagination. A traditional haunted house story in a thoroughly contemporary setting, Horrorstor is designed to retain its lustre and natural appearance for a lifetime of use. Pleasingly proportioned with generous French flaps and a soft cover binding, Horrorstor delivers the psychological terror you need in the elegant package you deserve. So yeah, I'm excited about it. Also, it's got about the author here in like a little. Just have a question. Just ask Henrik's Grady Home Storage Solutions. So like an employee card from if he was working at IKEA or something. Yeah, I just think it looks fun, and I'm looking forward to reading that. So yeah, that will be read not this month probably, but maybe early next month as part of that. So yeah, there we go. So that's it. That's the books that I've got my mitts on so far in August. Let me know what books you've recently got your hands on, if any of these look exciting to you, and I will see you all again soon for another BookTube video. Goodbye!